What's happening, everybody? Bob Wankel, CrossingBroad.com. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday afternoon. Battle of two AFC North teams. Bengals looking for their first win of the season. We'll have a full betting preview on this one in just a moment. But before we get into that, head over to CrossingBroad.com/DK. Download DraftKings Sportsbook. They will match your first bet up to $200. Also, we highly recommend Fox Bet. Go over to CrossingBroad.com/FB. Download Fox Bet. They'll give you $20 just for signing up. Match your first deposit up to $100. And they're also offering up a 9 days of Thanksgiving promo. We don't know exactly what they are yet, but we know that they're going to be good, or so we're told. So make sure that you take advantage of that one as well.
You can make it rain.
Steelers are trying to bounce back from an ugly loss last week on Thursday Night Football against the Cleveland Browns. Mason Rudolph incident aside, Steelers now trying to rally and get back on track, improve to 6-5, and keep their playoff hopes alive. Now, some things that you need to know about this game coming in. These two offenses flat out stink. You can breathe it in. Steelers on the left there, you see some of their problems. Bottom third in most major categories there. And if you also take a look at what the Bengals have done, specifically Ryan Finley has really struggled since taking over for Andy Dalton, completing only 41.9% of his passes, 21.8 QBR. These are all very, very poor numbers. Now, where the Steelers do have an advantage, a distinct advantage, is defensively. Take a look at the disparity between these two defensive units this season. You see that the Bengals are just awful, near the bottom of the league in several major categories, while the Steelers are definitely in the top half of the league and in some key categories, even top 5. All right, before we get into some betting trends and need-to-know information before locking your plays on this game, let's take a look at the current odds available, courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook. As we sit here midweek, Steelers -6.5, -315 on the money line. Total set at a very low 39. If you like the Bengals to grab their first win of the season, plus 250 payout on the money line for them. Now, as far as this game goes, you can't overlook how bad that the Bengals have been in their last 10 home games. Only 2-8 straight up, 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 home games. They have been atrocious, both in terms of winning and covering. Steelers are also 23-10 ATS and 13-3 against the spread on the road against the Bengals, dating back to the 2003 season. One more thing you need to know. AFC North home underdogs that lost the previous head-to-head matchup by double digits are only 24-34-2 ATS and 4-9 against the spread when an underdog of just 6-8 points. And they're only 1-4 ATS when losing the previous matchup by 24 or more points. So no, this is not necessarily a good bounce-back spot after the Steelers won the first matchup between these two teams this season by a 27-3 final. One piece of information, though, that gives the Bengals a little bit of hope here: really bad teams, awful teams, record of 100 or below. So you're talking about winning 10% of your games or less. They're 3-1 ATS as a home underdog when losing a previous head-to-head matchup by 24 points or more in the month of November or later. That is a league-wide trend. It does not happen very often, but when it does, they do tend to cover the number. They get a little bit of value there. In terms of the total, you should know that the over is 107.80-2 in division games played in November or later. When the total is set at 39 or lower, it's 23-16-1 in AFC North games. And finally, the over is 53-33-1 in division games played in November or later, when the total is set between 37.5 and 39 points. 8-4 the over is in AFC North games. I will tell you what, it is an ugly game. I don't know if I trust Pittsburgh's offense right now, especially as dinged up as it is, to grab a cover in this game, but I absolutely cannot bet on the Bengals. I refuse to do it. If they grab a cover this week, grab a win, good on them. What I like in this game is the over. We see these late season AFC North division games with low totals tend to go over. I expect both teams to choke out just enough offense to eclipse that 39-point mark. So in terms of recommended bets, where I'm going with my money on this game, over 38.5 at Fox Bet. I'll go over 39 at DraftKings as well. A little bit more value currently on Wednesday as we record at Fox Bet. And finally, I also like the Steelers to win the game outright. I'm eliminating the point spread, and I'm grabbing that with the over with a plus 230 payout at DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, once again, you see these logos on the board here. We love DraftKings, crossingbroad.com/DK, $200 first bet match. And we also really like Fox Bet. You can go to crossingbroad.com/FB, $20 for signing up, $100 deposit match that first time around. And also don't forget about their 9 days of Thanksgiving betting promos.